Thank you so much, Dick. It is a tremendous honor to be here today in such distinguished company. I want to congratulate my fellow inductees, Boris Becker, Francois Deur, and Brian Tobin, and to offer thanks to the nominating committee as well as the various panels who voted on our nominations. Thanks also to everyone here at the International Tennis Hall of Fame, especially Kira Cortez and Ken Yellis, for making this event both memorable and enjoyable. A special thanks to my best friend, Mary Miller, who came from England to be here with me today, and my lifelong friends, Judy and Gordon Adelot, who are also here for this occasion. My niece, Dr. Hilaire Callendorf, also braved a plane flight from Texas with her 4-year-old son so as not to miss this special moment. I want to take this opportunity, too, to tell Dick Savitt how he inspired me to play tennis when I was 10 years old, watching him practice with my dad at the Houston Country Club. He had just come back from winning Wimbledon, and I remember watching him and thinking, if I listen to my dad and practice hard, maybe I can play there someday, too. Dick, you probably never realized what an inspiration you were to me. Finally, although they could not travel to be here this afternoon, I wish to remember my parents, George and Betty Richey, who were also my coach and my biggest supporter through the years. Without my dad, who spent untold hours on the court with me, I probably never would have had a tennis career. And last but not least, I want to thank my brother, Cliff, who was not only my practice partner and #1 fan, but also my best friend, who saw me through many of my most memorable matches. Thank you, Cliff. As I stand here today, I cannot help reflecting upon my career and the historic milestones for women's tennis which it encompassed. I'll never forget the day in 1969 when Billie Jean King and Rosie Casals and I were sitting around in the locker room at Forest Hills, lamenting the fact that as women in a men's sport, we had few tournaments to play. And for the ones we could play, we received small reward. Wimbledon had just decided the year before to open its championships to professionals and amateurs alike, thus inaugurating the open era of tennis. The men did not want to share the prize money with the women and suggested that we go out and start our own circuit. So the three of us went to Gladys Heldman, owner and editor of World Tennis Magazine, to ask for her help in starting a women's tour. She took the idea to Joe Kuhlman, CEO of Philip Morris, and he put up the $7,500 prize money for the first Virginia Slims Women's Pro Tournament held at the Houston Racquet Club 3 weeks later. The original 9 girls signed a contract with Gladys for $1 so that we could start our own circuit. Shortly thereafter, the Women's Tennis Association was formed, and that's really the story of how it all began. As I look back over the years, I can now more fully appreciate my position on the threshold between one era and another. I feel fortunate to have experienced both eras, the closed and the open, the amateur and the professional. I enjoyed being an amateur because we played only for the love of the game. I enjoyed the excitement of being one of the rebels who was not willing to accept a second-class role for women in sports. And I've continued to enjoy watching the evolution of the game to the point that now women can make a really good living playing the wonderful game of tennis. And I'm glad I got to be a part of it all. And my final thanks goes to the Lord God for his blessings over a lifetime of trusting him one step at a time. Thank you.
Nancy, we have an enshrinement certificate for you. Congratulations and welcome to the International Tennis Hall of Fame. Congratulations.